Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Lienna. I am from second group. Here I would like to tell about little story of our Prophet Muhammad SAW. Who is Muhammad? Muhammad was a prophet and founder of Islam, born in Mecca 570. Most of his life was initially spent as a trader. At the age of 40, he began to get revelation from our God Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, which became the basic for the Quran and the foundation of Islam. In 630, he had united most of the Arabs under one religion. In 2015, there were more than 1.8 billion Muslims in the world who declared there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his prophet. Muhammad was born around 570 in Mecca and now in Saudi Arabia. His father died before he was born and he was raised by his grandfather and later his uncle. He came from a poor family of a respectable tribe of Quraysh. The family was active in Mecca politics and trade. Early in his teenage years, Muhammad worked in camel caravans, following in the footsteps of many of his age, born of very little wealth. Later, Muhammad gained a reputation as a honest and sincere person, earning the nickname Al-Amin, which means faithful or trustworthy. In his early 20s, Muhammad began working for a wealthy merchant named Khadijah, 15 years his senior. And then Muhammad was also very religious, sometimes making devotion trips to holy places near Mecca. In one of his pilgrimages in 610, he meditated in a cave on Mount Jabal al-Nur. Angel Gabriel appeared and delivered the word of God. Islamic tradition states that the first person to believe was his wife, Khadijah, and his close friend Abu Bakr, considered the successor of Muhammad by Sunni Muslim. Immediately, Muhammad began to gather small followers, initially not meeting resistance. More and more resistance to Muhammad and his followers grew, and they were eventually forced to move from Mecca to Medina, a city that was 2,060 miles north at 622. Muhammad settled in Medina, built his Muslim community, and gradually gathered acceptance and more followers. Between 624 and 628, Muslims were involved in a series of battles to survive. In the last major confrontation, the Battle of the Trenches and the Siege of Medina, Muhammad and his followers won and an agreement was signed. Muhammad gave an amnesty to many Meccan leaders who opposed him and forgave many others. Most of the inhabitants of Mecca converted to Islam. Muhammad and his followers then proceeded to destroy all statues of pagan gods in and around the Kaaba. After the conflict with Mecca was finally resolved, Muhammad took his first Islamic pilgrimage to the city, and in March 632 he delivered his final sermon on Mount Arafah. After returning to Medina to his wife's house, he fell ill for several days. He died on June 8, 632, at the age of 62, and was buried at the Nabawi Mosque, or Prophet's Mosque, one of the first mosques built by Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in Medina. Thank you very much. This is the telling about little our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If you found many mistakes, please forgive me. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.